Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport is the busiest airport in the world. In 2019, more than 110 million passengers traveled through Hartsfield Jackson every month. The airport handles about 56,000 metric tons of mail and cargo. The facility is named after two important Georgia politicians, William B. Hartsfield and Maynard Jackson. Hartsfield, a former alderman and mayor of the city of Atlanta, founded the airport at the site of an abandoned racetrack in 1925 and became its first commissioner. Although several options were considered for the site of the airport, the racetrack was chosen because it offered room for expansion, an important feature given that Atlanta had been selected as a distribution point on the federal mail route from New York to Miami. With support from the city and the attraction of such companies as Delta Airlines and Eastern Airlines, Hartsfield Airport grew quickly. The name Jackson was added to Hartsfield Atlanta International Airport in 2003 after the death of former Atlanta Mayor Maynard Jackson, who played a vital role in the redevelopment of the airport in the 1970s. Jackson was the first African American to serve as mayor of a major southern city. By any measure, Hartsfield Jackson Airport is big. The entire complex covers 4,700 acres, and the terminal complex covers 130 acres. It houses more than 200 concession outlets, including food and beverage, retail and convenience, and staff service outlets. North Terminal and South Terminal are where passengers purchase tickets, check in, and claim their baggage. Passengers pass through security in Concourse T, which also houses 15 gates. Inside the secure area, 192 gates and concourses. H through F can be reached by an underground transportation mall. In addition to moving sidewalks, 9 4-car trains operate on tracks that run along both sides of the transportation mall to carry passengers between concourses. Having passengers move underground allows even the tallest aircraft to taxi directly to a gate from any part of the airport. Hartsfield Jackson Airport is located in Clayton County, approximately 10 miles south of downtown Atlanta, at an elevation of 1,026 feet above sea level. To reach it, passengers can use the Metropolitan Atlanta Rapid Transit Authority (MARTA), or drive to one of the 30,000 parking spots around the airport, including the park and ride facilities. 300 taxis also wait on call at a time, and more than 150 limousine, rental car, and shuttle bus companies service the airport. Hartsfield Jackson's grounds cover 4,700 acres and contain 5 runways. All runways run east to west, with a pair of runways north of the terminals and 3 runways south of the terminals. Having 5 parallel runways makes it possible for multiple aircraft to take off and land at the same time, without concerns that their flight paths will cross. This allows all the runways to be in near continuous operation. In fair weather, more than 90 aircraft may land, and 100 may depart in an hour. The inside runways, closest to the terminals, are the longest. One is 12,390 feet, more than 2 miles in length, and the other is 10,000 feet long. The remaining 3 are each 9,000 feet long. Jets can be much heavier when they take off than when they land, because of the fuel they burn in flight. So the length of these inside runways must provide aircraft fully laden with passengers, cargo, and fuel with the distance needed to accelerate safely to takeoff speed, or to stop just before takeoff if something goes wrong. 2 of the outside runways, used for landing, have specialized Category 3 instrument landing systems that provide precise radio beams for aircraft to follow down to the runway. By using these radio beams, the most modern aircraft can land themselves during weather conditions in which the visibility and ceiling prevent the pilots from seeing the runway until they have landed. Each pair of runways has its own set of 2 air traffic controllers, who work for the Federal Aviation Administration. The ground controller is responsible for steering aircraft between the ramps and the runways. The tower controller is responsible for aircraft immediately before they land, while they are on the runway, and until just after they take off. Other controllers help with such tasks as delivering pre-departure clearances to aircraft at the gate before they push back. These controllers sit in the tower at the airport and use primarily their eyes and binoculars to keep track of the airplanes, although they have radar displays available, and they keep paper descriptions called flight strips in a rack in front of them, which provide information about each flight in a standard format. When an aircraft passes from the ground to the tower controller, the ground controller gives the flight strip to the tower controller as a signal of the transferring of responsibility. When aircraft are in the air, approaching or departing the airport, but are out of range of the tower controllers, they are monitored by approach controllers in the Terminal Radar Control Facility, located in nearby Peachtree City. These controllers monitor the aircraft through radar screens and flight strips only, as they control aircraft over distances too far to see. Arriving aircraft are steered into the Traken's airspace through 4 corner posts, located at points northeast, northwest, southwest, and southeast, about 40 miles away from the airport. Departing aircraft are steered away from the runway toward 8 departure points, 2 each between the corner posts. These arrival and departure routes act like on and off ramps for the runways, so that the arrival and departure aircraft can follow steady, gently climbing and descending traffic flows that do not interfere with one another, and that stay clear of the smaller airports in the Atlanta area. In 2000, the Atlanta City Council approved a capital improvement program for Hartsfield Jackson Airport, aimed at building and maintaining the facilities necessary to reduce flight delays and handle increased travel demand. In 2006, the 5th runway and a 400-foot air traffic control tower, as well as new baggage screening rooms, were completed as part of the program. In 2012, the final component of the 1999 master plan was completed when the Maynard Jackson International Terminal opened with 12 new gates. With the 1999 master plan fully implemented, administrators began implementing the 2011 master plan developed by the City of Atlanta Department of Aviation. In this 20-year plan, goals for expansion include renovation and modernization of the domestic terminal, expansion of cargo operations and concourses, replacement of some parking facilities, and preparation for a hotel and mixed-use development. Thank you for watching.